guys, so today's video is gonna be this Korean inspired makeup look. I've recently came back from Korea and I was very inspired by the makeup trends I saw there. You know, the straight brows and like the dewy and very youthful looking look. This is the makeup look I wore to Korea. It's very quick and easy to do. If you're interested to find out how you can achieve this look, keep on watching. Oh my gosh, I look so pale. So I'm starting off with this primer. This is the Base Hydrating Primer from Makeup Forever. In Korean makeup, you know, you need to have very dewy and flawless skin, so I cannot afford for my makeup to cake up, so I need to keep my skin hydrated before I apply anything else. Next up, I'm using the IOP Cushion Foundation. I got this from Korea, and I have always been loving IOP because it gives you this very dewy and flawless looking finish, and it gives your skin this very healthy looking glow. Moving on to brows, it's not a Korean look without straight brows. I'm using my trusty Face Shop brow pencil. So if you have a brow shape that's more arc like mine, it might take a little more practice and light feathery strokes before you achieve your favorite straight brow shape. Next up is the eyes. I'm using my NYX white jumbo eye pencil to actually color the inner corners and my tear duct. That's because I want my eyes to appear brighter and more youthful. So lightly dab on the color and blend it out with your fingers. For eyeshadow, I'm using my blush color because I like the shade of pink, and I use it on the other half of my eyelids and slowly blend it inwards. So the blush I'm using for my eyeshadow is from the Face Shop. This is the single blush in shade PK03. And the brush that I'm using is from 13 Rushes, the Elite Shadow Brush. Next up, I'm going to conceal all my redness and my dark eye circles. So right here, I'm using the Maybelline H3 Wine Eraser Dark Circles in shade Light Pale. For eyeliner, I'm using my Holy Grail product. This might not be a stranger to you guys. This one is from Body Shop. This is the dark brown shade in 02, and this is their liquid eyeliner. So I'm going to draw a very thin line along my lash line, and instead of flicking it upwards, I'm actually dragging the line down a little bit. This creates a very youthful and more doe-eyed look. So right now I'm going to apply my favorite pair of wispy eyelashes. When choosing eyelashes for your Korean look, you might want to look out for something with a really thin lash bone, just so it doesn't look too thick and voluminous on your lash. So when applying lashes, you might want to use a clear lash glue. I got mine right here from Sasa. Koreans are known for very flawless looking skin, so right now I'm going to set my look with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. So what I do is that I add some powder to the cap and I lightly swish my brush around. That way the brush will be evenly coated with powder before I put it on my face. So the brush I'm using for this is the Sephora Precision Powder Brush in number 59. Right now I'm going to sculpt my face. I'm using my favorite NYX Contour Palette, and the shade of brown that I'm using is HCP S06. So to start off, I contour right beneath my cheekbones as well as along my jawline. Then I move on to my nose and hairline. The brush I use for contouring is also from Sephora. This is the Multitasker brush in number 54. Next, I'll use the blush that I use for my eyeshadows on the apples of my cheeks. This is just to add a little bit of color so I do not look too pale. So right now, to add a bit of glow to my face, I'm using my favorite highlighter from NYX COSMETICS in the shade Champagne Pop. I'm only applying it on the high points of my face, which is the cheekbones, the tip of my nose, my chin, as well as my brow bone. So right now, to add the finishing touch, I'm using the Joal lacquer stick in shade 447 Sun Valley, and I'm applying it on the inner corners of my lips and slowly blending it out. This gives you a very nice gradient effect, and this coral shade is perfect for this Korean look. Alright, so that brings me to the end of this video. This is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys had fun watching it and you learned a tip or two. If you have any questions at all, please leave it in the comment box below. So before you leave, remember to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! 안녕 친구!